Imagine standing in line at a busy coffee shop during the morning rush. People are moving fast. Phones are ringing. The cashier asks for payment, and without thinking twice, you pull out your tap-to-pay card and hold it near the machine for 1 second. A quick beep sounds. Payment approved. Everything feels normal. You grab your coffee and leave. But what if that simple tap silently exposed your financial information to criminals? What if someone nearby had already been waiting for victims exactly like you? Most people believe tap-to-pay technology is completely safe because the card never leaves their hand. That feeling of speed and convenience creates a dangerous sense of trust. Criminals understand this better than anyone. They know modern consumers are distracted, rushed, and rarely question contactless payment terminals. And that is exactly why tap-to-pay scams are spreading so quickly. Across shopping malls, gas stations, restaurants, airports, and public places, scammers are using hidden devices, fake readers, compromised payment terminals, and wireless interception tools to target contactless card users. Some attacks are so subtle that victims never realize anything happened until days later when unauthorized purchases suddenly appear on their bank accounts. The frightening part is that your card can remain safely inside your pocket the entire time. Many victims never lose their wallet. They never hand their card to anyone. They never notice anything suspicious during the payment process. Yet somehow, money begins disappearing from their accounts through online purchases, digital wallet transfers, or unauthorized transactions happening in places they have never visited. Modern criminals no longer rely only on physically stealing cards. Today's scammers focus on stealing payment information silently without attracting attention. Some use fake contactless payment machines. Others place hidden skimming hardware inside public terminals. Some scams even involve fake QR code payment systems designed to redirect users toward fraudulent websites that collect card details and personal information. And unfortunately, these scams are becoming more sophisticated every year. As contactless payments become more popular, criminals continue adapting their methods to exploit the technology people trust most. Many users still believe that quick, tap-and-go payments are automatically secure because they seem modern and advanced. But convenience does not always mean safety. Imagine checking your banking app later that evening and noticing unfamiliar charges already appearing on your account. Online subscriptions, electronics purchases, digital gift cards, payment transfers. The panic starts immediately because your card is still sitting inside your wallet exactly where it has always been. So how is this happening? That is exactly what we are going to expose in this video. We are going to break down the dangerous tap-to-pay scams spreading right now, explain how scammers target ordinary people during everyday purchases, and most importantly, show you how to protect your cards, your accounts, and your financial identity before you become the next victim. Because by the time many people realize their payment information has been compromised, the money is already gone, the fraud has already spread across multiple accounts, and recovering everything becomes a stressful battle that can take weeks or even months to resolve. And what makes these scams truly dangerous is how normal everything looks right before the damage begins. To understand why tap-to-pay scams are becoming so dangerous, you first need to understand how modern scammers actually operate. Most people imagine criminals physically stealing wallets or copying cards at ATMs. But today's payment fraud is far more advanced. Modern scammers focus on silent theft, stealing financial information without victims noticing anything unusual. One of the most common scams involves hidden skimming devices installed inside public payment terminals. These devices are designed to capture card information during completely normal transactions. The frightening part is that victims rarely notice anything suspicious. The machine still works. The payment still goes through. The receipt prints normally. Meanwhile, hidden hardware inside the terminal may already be recording payment data from every customer using the machine. Gas stations have become especially attractive targets because many fuel pumps receive limited supervision. Criminals can secretly install skimming hardware inside payment terminals and leave the devices active for days or even weeks before anyone notices. Victims continue paying normally while scammers quietly collect card information in the background. But scammers are no longer targeting only physical terminals. Another growing threat involves fake contactless payment systems and QR code traps. Imagine arriving at a parking meter, restaurant, or vending machine where a sticker instructs customers to scan a QR code for fast mobile payment. Everything looks official. The logo appears real. The website design looks professional. However, instead of opening a legitimate payment portal, the QR code redirects victims to fraudulent websites designed to steal card details, passwords, and personal information. Many victims never realized the website was fake until unauthorized charges begin appearing later. Some criminals now use wireless interception scams, targeting contactless payments directly. In crowded places like airports, shopping centers, or public transportation areas, scammers may attempt to capture wireless payment signals from nearby tap-to-pay cards. Most people never suspect danger because they assume their wallet protects them automatically. And perhaps the most dangerous part is how normal these situations feel during the moment itself. Victims are usually busy, distracted, or rushing through daily routines. They are buying coffee, paying for gas, grabbing groceries, or making quick purchases without carefully inspecting payment machines. Criminals understand human behavior extremely well. They know convenience lowers suspicion. There are often warning signs, but many people ignore them. Loose card readers, damaged payment terminals, suspicious QR stickers placed over original labels, machines asking customers to tap multiple times, strange pending charges appearing shortly after purchases. Small details that seem harmless in the moment can actually be signs of compromised payment systems. Modern scammers also move quickly. Many victims notice fraud only after criminals begin making online purchases, digital wallet transfers, or subscription charges using stolen payment information. By that point, the stolen data may already have been sold or distributed across multiple criminal networks. The reality is simple. Tap-to-pay technology is convenient, but criminals are adapting to it rapidly. And unfortunately, the faster people trust contactless payments without thinking carefully, the easier it becomes for scammers to operate silently in the background while victims continue believing everything is safe. The good news is that while tap-to-pay scams are becoming more sophisticated, there are still powerful ways to protect yourself. Most scammers rely on people being distracted, rushed, or completely unaware of the warning signs. The moment you become more cautious and observant, you become a much harder target. One of the most important habits is monitoring your financial activity regularly. Many victims discover fraud too late because they rarely check their accounts closely. Enable instant transaction alerts through your banking app so you receive notifications every time your card is used. If suspicious activity appears, you can react immediately before additional unauthorized purchases occur. Another strong layer of protection is using RFID blocking wallets or card sleeves. These products help reduce the risk of wireless interception attempts targeting contactless cards in crowded public areas. While no security method is perfect, adding extra protection makes criminals less likely to target you compared to easier victims nearby. You should also inspect payment terminals carefully before using them. If a card reader feels loose, damaged, unusually bulky, or covered with suspicious stickers, avoid using it immediately. Criminals often install fake overlays or hidden skimming hardware designed to blend into public machines. Even small details that seem unusual can be warning signs. Gas stations deserve extra caution because they remain one of the most common locations for payment fraud. Whenever possible, use pumps closest to the main building where employees can observe activity more easily. Better yet, consider paying inside the station instead of directly at the pump whenever possible. QR code payments should also be treated carefully. Never blindly trust QR stickers placed on public payment terminals, parking meters, restaurant tables, or vending machines. Criminals frequently replace legitimate codes with fake versions designed to redirect users toward fraudulent payment websites. If a company has an official app, download it directly from trusted app stores rather than scanning public QR codes. Another important security habit is limiting how much financial information is connected to a single payment method. Some security experts recommend using credit cards instead of debit cards for contactless payments because credit cards often provide stronger fraud protection and dispute options. Debit card fraud can directly impact your bank balance immediately, making recovery more stressful for victims. Protecting your phone matters too. Many payment systems are connected to digital wallets, banking apps, and mobile verification systems. Keep your device updated, use biometric security whenever possible, and avoid accessing financial apps while connected to public Wi-Fi networks. And perhaps most importantly, slow down during transactions. Scammers rely heavily on speed and distraction. They know rushed customers rarely inspect payment terminals or question suspicious situations. Taking just a few extra seconds to verify a machine, inspect a payment device, or review a website could prevent weeks or even months of financial stress later. At the end of the day, payment security is no longer just about protecting a physical card. Modern fraud targets your digital identity, payment habits, mobile devices, and personal information all at the same time. That is why awareness has become one of the strongest defenses available. Because criminals may continue evolving their scams, but informed and cautious users are far more difficult to fool. As technology continues making payments faster and more convenient, scammers continue evolving their methods just as quickly. Tap-to-pay fraud is no longer a small problem affecting only a few careless people. Today, criminals are targeting ordinary users during everyday situations, buying coffee, fueling cars, shopping for groceries, or paying at restaurants. And that is what makes these scams so dangerous. Most victims never expect something bad to happen during a normal payment. They trust the machine. They trust the environment. They trust the speed and simplicity of contactless technology. Criminals understand this perfectly. They know the faster people move through transactions, the less likely they are to notice warning signs. The reality is that modern payment fraud often happens silently. Victims usually do not see hackers standing nearby or criminals physically stealing cards. Instead, scams happen quietly in the background through hidden skimming devices, fake terminals, QR code traps, compromised payment systems, or stolen wireless payment signals. By the time suspicious charges appear on a bank statement, the scammers may already be long gone. That is why awareness matters more than ever. The goal of this video is not to create fear around contactless payments. Tap-to-pay technology can still be safe when used carefully. The real danger comes from blindly trusting every payment terminal, every QR code, and every machine without paying attention to your surroundings. Simple habits can make an enormous difference. Inspect payment terminals before using them. Monitor your accounts regularly. Enable banking alerts. Avoid suspicious QR codes. Stay cautious in crowded public places. And most importantly, trust your instincts whenever something feels unusual. Remember, scammers often succeed because people assume fraud only happens to someone else. Unfortunately, criminals target anyone they believe may be distracted, rushed, or unaware of current scam tactics. No one is completely immune from financial fraud. The strongest protection comes from staying informed and remaining alert during everyday transactions. If you ever notice unfamiliar charges, strange payment notifications, or suspicious banking activity, act immediately. Contact your bank, freeze your card if necessary, and report the activity as quickly as possible. Fast action can sometimes stop additional fraudulent transactions before larger damage occurs. It is also important to talk openly about these scams with family members and friends. Many people still do not realize how advanced modern payment fraud has become. Older adults, busy professionals, travelers, and even careful users are becoming victims because scammers continuously adapt to new technology. A simple conversation about tap-to-pay security could prevent someone from losing thousands of dollars. As payment systems continue evolving, awareness must evolve too. Criminals constantly search for easier ways to exploit convenience and trust. But informed users are far more difficult to target successfully. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing this video with someone who regularly uses contactless payments. The more people understand how these scams operate, the fewer opportunities criminals have to succeed. Stay alert. Stay informed. Protect your cards, your accounts, and your financial identity. Because in today's digital world, a single tap can sometimes expose far more than just your payment information.